What are your thoughts on today's hearing?
I thought it went well. It was short, succinct, right to the point. Everybody kind of used their decorum. I thought it went well. They heard, I believe, as far as council's concerned and my representation of them, they heard what they needed to hear to make their decision. I wish we could have heard from David Thompson, but he did invoke his Fifth Amendment right, which is his absolute right to do. I expect them to issue their findings of some sort of ethical violation. It's just there. As far as we're concerned and the council's concerned, it's all there in black and white, essentially. So they do have 30 days to tender that to us. I expect that it probably won't be that long. But as soon as we do have that information, of course, it's going to be public information, and everybody has a right to know that. We'll make that available, I'm sure, at the city for anybody that needs a copy or wants to see what the outcome of that is. So at this point, we're just waiting on the clock from the hearing board, and hopefully we will hear something sooner rather than later.
So did you learn anything new today?
New, no. I think a lot of it was in the reports, particularly the auditor's report. I think the one thing that we did hear today that wasn't necessarily an auditor's report was her testimony that it was no doubt to her that there was some ethical concerns and unethical things that were occurring. That was her statement on the record. I think that will probably be listened to more so than a lot of the other witnesses. But no, I think we kind of knew where this would potentially end up. We just have to have these formal hearings in order to hear that evidence and put it in the record for their determination and considerations.
So what do you expect the findings to be?
You know, I don't know exactly. Like I said before, they can, have three different ways. They can say we find nothing was violated. They can find an ethical violation and publicly reprimand the individual. Or they can find like a severe ethical violation and their recommendation be removal from office, which again they can still do, even though he holds no office now. They can still make that recommendation. They are potentially severe ethical violations here. You heard during the hearing that there were some potential criminal investigation concerns from the State Attorney General's office, which kind of prompted the attorney for Mr. David Thompson to recommend that he invoke his right, which is, again, he's absolutely fine in doing that. Everybody has that right. But I believe that they will find that there's an ethical violation. How severe, I do not know. But I look forward to the point to where there probably will be at least a reprimand for the unethical behavior, if not worse than that. I just don't know how they will come down.
Do you think that the findings will, or can you comment on how the findings might impact the appeal in Mr. Thompson's case?
I believe it can affect it a lot. These are public records. They can be used for any kind of circuit court case, which is ongoing. I am not participating in that case. It's essentially through insurance coverage that the city has, that they've contracted with an attorney to represent them in that situation because of a claim for damages that was made. That's how the insurance got involved in that. I don't know any of the particular ins and outs, but I do know in any situation like this, if one government agency or oversight committee or like the ad board here finds that there was some kind of ethical violation or ethical dilemma that was crossed, it's always going to affect something like that. I think it doesn't look good, number one, in front of a jury. It wouldn't look good in front of a judge for a bench trial, and I think that it will make a huge impact on that. But how far, I don't know. I'm not technically involved in that case, but of course, any other litigation that I do, those are big things that we look out for. They're big concerns because they can potentially either make or break a case.